Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, I don't have any big news to go over today. Obviously, we still wait for word on the offer sheets to Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg. Will the Oilers match? Are they headed to St. Louis? We have another 5 days, potentially, before we find out. The Oilers may make a decision before then. In today's video, I wanted to take a look at some options for the Edmonton Oilers if they decide to not match on Dylan Holloway or decide not to match on Philip Broberg, potentially not even matching on either player. So let's start with if the Edmonton Oilers did not match on Dylan Holloway. There is one player on the San Jose Sharks that I think the Oilers could possibly target. They do have plenty of internal options, so the Oilers may not even bring in a player if they don't match on Dylan Holloway. But one player I did think of that would probably be a pretty good fit here with the Edmonton Oilers is former Oiler Coston. He has 1 year left on his deal at $2 million. The Oilers may be able to get San Jose to retain a bit, but again, if the Oilers aren't signing Dylan Holloway, they would have a little bit more money to play with. Don't know exactly how they would figure it all out, but there are a few different options the Oilers could consider. With Evander Kane probably on long-term injured reserve, it looks like at this point the Oilers will be looking for some more toughness in their lineup. Coston, when he was here, did provide some solid secondary scoring as well, so I think on a 1 year deal, Coston would certainly have value for the Edmonton Oilers, and like I said, the Oilers may be able to get San Jose to retain a bit of money. So last year, in 52 games played, Coston had 8 goals and 6 assists for 14 points and was a -12. That was split between Detroit and San Jose. Like I said, I think Coston could provide some secondary scoring, some toughness. We know he fits in well in the Oilers locker room, so that is a potential target the Oilers could look at if they lose Dylan Holloway and have an open roster spot there and staying with the San Jose Sharks. If the Edmonton Oilers do lose Philip Broberg, potentially want to make a Cody Ceci trade, Mario Ferraro with the San Jose Sharks could be a target that they look at to add to their top 4. In 78 games played last year, Ferraro had 3 goals, 18 assists for 21 points. He was a -38 though, so take of that what you will. He was on a very bad San Jose Sharks team, so don't know how much potentially of a help he would be to the Edmonton Oilers top 4, but still, he may do better on an Edmonton Oilers team that is much more skilled. Playing with Darnell Nurse could be a completely different situation here. So Mario Ferraro, Coston on the San Jose Sharks, a couple targets that the Edmonton Oilers could look at. And the other 2 targets on my list are also both former Edmonton Oilers, currently free agents. First up, Tyson Barrie. We know Tyson Barrie, like Coston, would fit like a glove into the Edmonton Oilers locker room. He didn't want to leave Edmonton, loved it here. In 41 games played last year, he had 1 goal, 14 assists, 15 points, was a -10 with the Nashville Predators. I think the Oilers could get him on a 1 year deal, $1 million or less. He would be a cheap replacement option for Philip Broberg. You're probably keeping Cody Ceci in that situation. Ceci moves into the top 4. You have Tyson Barrie in the third pairing at $1 million. Yes, he's not the most ideal option. He's not the best defensively, but I think he could fill in adequately on the third pairing, and he is a good, solid NHL defenseman. If you do run into injuries, that could probably move up into the top 4 for a short period of time if needed. So Tyson Barrie, one name I would definitely look at for the Edmonton Oilers. Like I said, I think they could get him very cheap. Another defenseman I think they could get for very cheap is former Edmonton Oiler Justin Schultz. Last year with the Seattle Kraken, in 70 games played, Schultz had 7 goals, 19 assists for 26 points, and was also a -23, so that does raise some red flags, definitely. Probably Tyson Barrie is the better option out of the 2, but Tyson Barrie, Justin Schultz, both, like I said, $1 million options on 1 year deals or less, so they would be filling options for the Oilers if they do lose Philip Broberg, but those are just some targets I think the Edmonton Oilers could look at depending on how all this goes, whether they keep Dylan Holloway, whether they keep Philip Broberg. I know a big-name target that Bob Stauffer has brought up on Oilers now is Rasmus Andersson with the Calgary Flames. Tyson over at Dolany TV did a video on Andersson yesterday. I just cannot see the Calgary Flames stepping up and helping the Edmonton Oilers in this time of need. Maybe they would trade Anderson. I think the talk was a Cody Ceci and a first and a second round pick if they did that deal. I think that's just all coming from Bob Stauffer. I don't know if there's any real legitimacy in that possible trade, but hey, if the Oilers could get Rasmus Anderson, I'm all for it. But out of these options, I think Tyson Barrie, Justin Schultz are some of the most intriguing and probably likely options for the Edmonton Oilers in this circumstance. And if they could bring back somebody like Klim Coston, I think he would help the Edmonton Oilers in a few different areas. So that's all I got for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on those names and targets. Is there players out there that you would target that you think that the Oilers should bring in, whether they're matching on Dylan Holloway or matching on Philip Broberg or not matching on either of them? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.